Hello, everyone, and welcome. Hello, and welcome to today's guided. It's a good morning here. If someone can please indicate if the sound is okay, and we can wait for a moment for everyone to join in silence. Okay, so this is Kanupriya from Peace Village Learning and Retreat Center of the Brahma Kumaris in New York in United States of America, and a very good morning uh, from America. So today's topic is on how to develop a new hobby of meditation. And I was just thinking, what makes a hobby, right? uh, one characteristic of a hobby is to actually be interested in it, right? And we all can say that we are interested in meditation because we are listening to this, uh, to these guided meditations that are being offered, right? So, of course, we are interested in meditation and we want to learn more about it. But the other characteristic about hobby is that we should get happiness out of it, right? Some kind of benefit is there, right? Um, so if we are able to happily meditate and experience that happiness, then there is a motivation for us to do it regularly. So that is the third characteristic of a hobby, that it is done regularly. It is not something is not called a hobby if it is just done once in a while, right? You call, say, gardening a hobby, or you call reading a hobby, or whatever else, right? You call it a hobby only once you start doing it with a certain regularity. And that regularity comes when you start loving that hobby, right? And you start loving it when there is happiness that you get. So, um, so then, you know, what is it that may not make us regular in our hobby is distractions, right? And in meditations also, there are many distractions that may come. Of course, I'm not talking about the physical distractions, like, for example, while gardening, if it's raining, then it's difficult to garden. That's like a distraction. But in meditation, we are just sitting in silence, right? So, of course, there may be distractions of the sound outside and things like that. But the major distractions are within our own mind, right? So, what we will do today in our meditation is we will see how we can create like a structure or a routine in our meditation practice, so that it actually becomes like a hobby that is fun, a hobby that we are able to um, do regularly because of happiness, not because of some strict regime that we may have that we may have set for ourselves, but because we enjoy it. Once we start enjoying it and having fun with it, then we will automatically be motivated to do it regularly again and again, despite the distractions, outside distractions as well as inner distractions, right? So the the few steps, right, to help us develop this new hobby. So the first step is to actually be prepare oneself to move away from the distractions. So, in the physical sense, as far as possible, choose a silent place, choose a place where there is not much disturbance, if it is possible. Yeah. Not too many people if possible, right? And choose, make like your own little corner if possible to meditate, because it helps. Yeah. And the second is the time of the day that you're meditating also helps. So here in the Brahma Kumaris, we all meditate early morning hours, right? We actually meditate at 4 a.m. But whatever helps you, right? The aim is to be in silence at a time where you can, which naturally, as if propels you into moving into that silent space for yourself, right? So even if if there are others living with you in the house, then uh, try and wake up a little bit earlier than most of the people in the house, and sit for meditation at that time. So early morning is a great time to meditate. Late in the evening is a great time to meditate, just before going to bed, right? And try and choose a place which is not your bed for meditation, okay? Because we don't want to sleep during meditation, but we want to be alert and attentive. So choose a sitting position away from your bed. And of course, these two timings, the morning, early morning hours, as well as late evening, is good time. But in the Brahma Kumaris, we also encourage you all to take up 1 minute practices, 1 or 2 minute practices through the day, again and again, right? And that is when it starts to become a hobby, the meditation. We are just being in a meditative state of mind, right? And maybe when you are moving from one place to another for some task, if you are moving from one task to another task, right? If you are just going to say drink water, these are some of the instances where we can actually insert these 1 2 minutes of meditation practice, right? So that is how we will start to make it more regular. And the aspect of fun, fun and happiness. How do we get that? So we just, in our meditations, every time we connect to that inner being, the soul, whose innate original experience is that of happiness and lightness and fun, right? So I will just repeat the few steps. The first step was moving away from distractions, right? And the inner distractions, how we will move away. We spoke about the physical outside distractions, but the inner distractions of the mind uh, is to just, we will see that actually, if we observe the thoughts in the mind, all the distractions are based on this physical world, objects, people, position, possessions, right? Thoughts related to things that are perishable, things that are temporary in nature, that have a beginning and an end. So we try to reduce the importance of such things when we are seeing the bigger picture of the reality of the inner being, the soul, who belongs to a dimension beyond. So the distractions, the inner distractions of the mind, we give them less importance, and we tell them that we'll deal with them later on, right? So yeah, whatever pops up right in the mind at the time of sitting in meditation, we just gently tell them that we'll deal with them later, right? So the first step is to move away from distractions, both outside distractions as well as inner distractions. And then it helps to sort of choose a theme, right? And choosing a theme means, some topic that you choose for yourself that you want to think about and reflect on. So the inner being is definitely a good theme, right? And then we could choose a theme of the supreme soul, right? Where we think about this soul, the supreme soul. We could think about the home of the souls, the residence place of the souls, the spiritual home of all of the souls. So that could be another theme. Themes could be about, if you want to work on some quality of the innate quality of the soul, like maybe love or peace or joy, right? We could choose that as well. Yes? There could be many, many, many themes. I'm just mentioning a few right now. And after choosing the theme, which is step 2, then in step 3, we are able to now connect and concentrate on our spiritual reality. Hmm? And the moment we connect truly with accuracy with our spiritual reality, then we are able to experience that happiness, the real peace, and also we are able to have a real good experience, which will, I'm sure, motivate you all to take up this new hobby of meditation. Okay, so that's like a lot of talking. And if there are any questions, because I know that some of us do try to meditate and develop this hobby, but there sometimes we are facing some obstacles. So we can take up those questions after the meditation is over. Does that sound good? Yeah. Okay, so let us move to a space that is silent, and that silent space, not just outside, but also inside. And we take a sitting posture that is comfortable, relaxed, yet alert. And just take a deep breath in, and as we breathe out, just release all the tension from the body, tension from each cell of the body. And we take this opportunity to pay attention to the experiencer, the inner being, who looks like a star sitting behind the eyes. You using the eyes to see, using the ears to listen. The experiencer, the star, is the one who can feel this sense of touch, who uses the mouth to speak. We just connect with that inner being, the experiencer. This experiencer knows that whatever is happening in the mind, there may be thoughts of the to-do list that we have for the day. We gently tell the experiencer, the mind, that we'll come to those thoughts after the meditation. And whatever is there in our surroundings, we just accept everything as it is. We don't fight with any thoughts that are there in the mind. Thoughts of job, of the people that we interact with, or any object, nothing. We just accept everything as it is. This experiencer, the inner being, knows of his experience of the body. He knows that the experience of the body is temporary in nature. And he knows of his original innate experience, the one that is imperishable, the one that is beyond this dimension of the physical world. And we connect to that dimension of light that is beyond this planet Earth, as if in a sky beyond the sky. In this realm of light, the experiencer, who looks like a star, feels very comfortable and secure. Secure because of his immortal existence. He knows that He's eternal. There is nothing that He can lose. There is nothing that can harm Him. This reality of the realm of light is changeless and timeless. And He sees that there is true happiness because of this knowing. This happiness is independent of whatever may be happening in the physical box. This happiness is permanent. His world is different from the physical world. He has his own family who all look like him, tiny stars. All are loving, all are noble. And this realm of light gives an experience of a soothing, calming, peaceful, feeling. And this experiencer, the star, is enjoying himself in this spiritual home, the true home, with his family, with the spiritual parent, and from this space he is able to see far into the distance the whole physical world as a small story, like a toy world, a world that is temporary in nature, a world that is meant for fun and entertainment. And so the experiencer, the star, is able to be light about his interactions with the toy world. And as we come back into the toy world, we remind ourselves of our truth, of the original innate experience. And we can go back there again and again, like a hobby, just in a second, using the mind. And we can end now in a moment of silence. If there are any questions, please do feel free to type it up. Okay, have a very good day and we'll see you again soon.